We are here in the house. I am the one and only Stephen A. Smith. I am with the legendary man himself in the sport of boxing. The one and only Teddy Atlas is sitting here with me, getting set for Crawford, Canelo, super middleweight championship on the line at 168 pounds. Good to see you, Teddy Atlas. I got to ask you this question. Break down this fight for me right now. What do you see transpiring?
I like Crawford. I'll get right to it.
Why?
Because he's like the first time you went from regular TV, which you've been doing a long time, to 3D. He's different. Really, that's the simplest way I can say it. You know, back in the day, I used Betamax, and then that was good. It was cool. Right. VHS, VCR, all that stuff. I still got them, actually. And all of a sudden, digital came around.
There you go.
He's digital, really. And I'm not knocking Canelo for all the people out there that, you know, want to pull their arrows now and start slinging shots at me. Hey, that's okay. That's fine. But I'm not knocking him. He's a good, solid guy. He's
good,
tremendous.
solid guy. He's 63-2, Teddy, and has never been knocked out. And this guy that's fighting him is moving up. 63-2.
Wait. What's his record?
63-2.
By who's accounting?
What do you mean by who's accounting? What are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say? There's a couple fights there that you might be able to argue there. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Starting with Triple G. Just a little bit. A little bit, you know? I mean, you're insulting him a little bit. You know, like in a movie with De Niro.
I'm not insulting him. I'm pointing out the facts. But here's my point to you, Teddy. He's 63-2.
Lara, how about the Lara fight?
Hold on.
You want to go back further?
Okay. What about Madrimov with Crawford? I'm just saying.
No. He beat Madrimov. He didn't look the way we want him to look.
Okay.
Because stepping up for the first time to that weight class, he didn't look the way that we wanted to say, oh, my God.
Well, stay with me. Let me ask you this question.
And Madrimov was not getting the credit for the kind of fighter that he was.
But let me ask you a question, Teddy Atlas. He didn't look the way you wanted him to look, moving up from 147 to 154. Now he's going from 154 to two weight classes to 168 against a guy who's 11-0 at the 168-pound limit and is entering his 12th fight undefeated and has never been knocked out.
Yeah, VHS digital. Did you worry about that jump when you went from VHS to digital? No, you just said we're at digital now, and it looks good. It looks really good, and you look great. No, you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You look tremendous.
But I'm just saying, listen, I believe in Crawford too, and I believe that Crawford is one of the top two fighters on the planet. But he is moving up two weight classes, and when people look at him going up against Canelo, here's what they're saying. He's got to keep his distance. He's got to hit, stick, and move. He can't stay in front of him and exchange. Tell us what kind of fight Crawford has to fight that you believe he will fight that will enable him to win this fight.
Sure, I'd be glad to. Anything else?
I just asked a question.
No, I'm glad to do it. I'm here for you. First of all, let me just go back just a little tiny bit, please. And I'm not insulting Canelo. When I say solid, this is what I mean by solid. I mean, that's the greatest, really, compliment that a boxing guy can give a fighter. It is. I mean, really good. He's tremendous. Okay, I'll go further. And he's really solid. Solid like a house. Solid like with brick and mortar. With the fundamentals, the physical abilities. You know, he's physically strong. He's gotten better. He's progressed in his career. I give him credit, him and his trainer. They have gotten better over the years. They have developed. He is a guy that does things by the ABC, by the book.
Okay.
Where you know, his fundamentals are there. He's a good punch. He's a good counter puncher. You know, he can fight inside. He can step out a little bit. He's a fundamentally solid guy. I'm saying Crawford is beyond that. Crawford is the guy that you moved into that solid house with all the brick and with all the proper mortar and everything else, but then all of a sudden you got Wi-Fi, you got all kinds of things, you got stuff flying around the house like your
there's a lot of there's a lot of Wi-Fi systems that don't work, right? You know that, right?
Yours works in your house, right?
Sometimes.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the places where it does work, and Crawford is different. Teddy, what do you mean different? You just described Canelo in a real good way, in a solid way, that he's fundamentally this and he's physically strong. Listen, I think maybe athletically Crawford's a little better, but it's not even that. You know what it is? Intangibles. It is. That's why I use these examples of Wi-Fi and I go to all these crazy places. It's not crazy for me. Intangibles, the things that separate the real special ones, where they see something the other guy doesn't see a millisecond before he sees it. Just a twitch in a little twitch in the shoulder where it tells you that the jam's about to come. So the guy moves and you say, wow, how did he anticipate that? He saw something. He might not even consciously have known he saw it, but he saw all of a sudden a muscle tense a little, contract a little bit, and he beat the guy to the punch because he saw that. I'm saying that Crawford has these. Not many people have this. Whether you want to call it timing, whether you want to call it instincts, whether you want whatever you want to call it, he has these intangible gifts.
Got it.
These qualities, these talents that you don't have if you just have brick and mortar.
Here's where
that makes sense at all.
It makes total sense, and that's why I don't blame you for picking him. I got him winning 2 by decision, but here is why. It's because I think he's going to be smart enough to avoid trying to exchange with Canelo. And he cannot exchange. He has supreme intellect, no doubt about it.
Who said you can't exchange? Well, I'm the trainer here, right? Am I still the trainer here?
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You're looking
yes,
good. You're looking good. You do so many things. I'm not sure what hat you might be wearing. Listen, what says you can't exchange? That he can't beat him to the mark? That right there, right in the eye of the storm, right in the pocket, that bop, he can't beat him, and then people say,
I'm saying he can't find himself in a position where he's absorbing shots against Canelo in an effort just to get in his. He has to make Canelo miss.
He's never done that.
That's what I'm worried about. I want to make sure that doesn't happen because I think that him getting hit by an Errol Spence, him getting hit by a Sean Porter, him getting hit by a Madrimov or Amir Khan or anybody else is entirely different than getting hit by Canelo. Are you willing to give me that?
Yes, but he won't get hit.
Okay.
He won't get hit because he knows what he's in there. The special ones know when they got to step their game up. When all of a sudden they got to go to DEFCON 1 instead of DEFCON 3 or 4 or 5. They know the things, the Wi-Fi starts to kick in at a higher level where they're more alert, where they understand that things maybe they could get away with somebody else, they can't get away here.
Mm-hmm.
And what you talked about before, and you're right on the mark, but that's part of his greatness, Crawford's I'm talking about, with the intellect. That's part of everything that I'm saying, that he's smart enough to understand the game plan. And his people, they get a credit, from me at least. They get credit, Bomac and he's got 2 other guys around him. All of them, they do a hell of a job of coming up with the right game plan. I've never seen them not have one of their fighters ready for what they're about to face.
Quick answers to these questions. I need quick answers.
Right.
What does
can you give quick questions? Can you give quick?
What specifically?
Can you give quick?
I'm trying to, Teddy. I'm trying to. What specifically does Crawford have to do to win this fight?
Beat Crawford. And is that quick enough for you?
Yes.
Beat Crawford.
What does Canelo have to do?
Wait, let me go a little further on it.
Okay.
Control range. You touched on it. You're not wrong. Control range. Make him go to a bad neighborhood and mug him before he gets there.
Okay.
And take advantage of the things that are there physically to take advantage. One of them, that guy, Canelo, he's got slower feet.
Okay.
He does. Take advantage. You got quicker feet. Beat him to the mark and then take a little step. You don't got to run. Just step off so you're still set. But do it just ahead of him, who's a little, I'm not saying cement-footed, but he's a little heavy-footed. When he lost to Mayweather many years ago.
Many years ago.
Yeah, many years ago.
When he's 22.
Many years ago.
It's 13 years ago.
Okay, but he started when he was 15, so he was a veteran. All right. But many years ago, he didn't lose to Mayweather because his hands were too slow. His feet were too slow. I think Crawford will take advantage of that and his length.
Okay, so is there anything at this stage and point in Canelo's career
that
he can do to win this fight? What is it?
It's always best punch, the left hook to the body, to the liver. That's his best punch. It is. We forget about it. It's probably been a minute since he's done it. But You know, you can take the air out of tires. We're talking about the tires of Crawford, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wheels, the legs, you know, all that. The feet, another guy being slower feet. So there's no better way to take the air out of them, of those radials, than to go to the body and paralyze him a little bit. So get into position. That's the problem. He's got to get in position to do it. But throw that hook, be able to find a way to land the hook to the body, which again,
which will
I
slow
think
him down.
Which will slow him down and make him easier to find. And one other thing, the simplest thing in my business, really, it's the most basic thing in the world in boxing, to jab. Whoever controls the jab usually has an advantage, a distinct advantage.
Crawford's got the longer reach.
Yeah, but it's not always about the longer reach. It's about how you use it, about timing. I'm going to remind you. You probably forgot for a minute, but there was a guy named Mike Tyson, and he was a small heavyweight,
yes.
and he out-jabbed most of them. And why did he out-jab him? Because of his timing. Because he moved his head, took away the length of the other guy. Bop! Took away. Bop! He did that. And when you're able to do that, it doesn't matter if the other guy has a longer jab. So I think that Canelo, for him, really, the key is to jab, even if it's to the chest, just to stabilize the guy, just to get range.
I got last question for you.
All right, go ahead.
I got Crawford by decision. You got Crawford. Is it by decision or knockout, Teddy Atlas?
I wouldn't be surprised if he made Canelo visit the canvas. You're looking great. You're looking great. Oh, I look. This guy is great.
You're saying that Crawford could potentially stop Canelo?
I'm not saying anything. I didn't. See, you put words in my mouth.
I just asked you a question and you said you wouldn't be surprised if he sent him there. He put him around on the campus. That's what you said.
I didn't say he wouldn't get up. I didn't say he wouldn't get up. Okay. Teddy Atlas and Stephen A. here. We love you guys. We really do.
We do.